Majesty, the Queen of Bhutan, His Excellency, Prime Minister of Bhutan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and colleagues, very good morning to everybody. I'm often asked what the reason was for me to push of setting up a new gazetted tiger reserve. The answer is simple. It was not up as a matter of choice, but rather it was a matter of urgency and taking bold leadership. From the last countrywide national tiger survey to the early 2022, there are now less than 150 individual Malayan tigers left in the wild. This survey, which took over 5 years to complete and involved millions of hectares of dense jungle cover, revealed the grim truth about the state of the Malayan tiger. Something had to be done, and it had to be done immediately. An apex species that once numbered more than 3,000 in the 1950s is now sadly in rapid decline to the brink of extinction. The Malayan tiger, as a subspecies, is endemic to the Malay Peninsula and can be found from the southern state of Malaysia up to the northern forest complex of Belum Temenggor and the adjoining southern tip of Bangla forest complex of South Thailand and nowhere else. If nothing is done immediately, it will suffer the same fate of the Caspian, Javan and Bali tiger, extinct and gone forever. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the gazettement of the new tiger reserve as a protected area under the Pahang State Parks enactment is critical, as maintaining a significant and safe habitat for the tiger is necessary for the species to repopulate in the wild. With the big push for national development and economic growth after independence in 1957, vast areas of jungles were inevitably cleared, leading to habitat loss, not only for the tiger but all other species, including the prey species for the tiger fluid. The situation worsened due to the systematic poaching for illegal wildlife trade. Tiger parts are in high demand in East Asia, especially in China and Indo-Chinese countries. Every part of the tiger, from the whiskers, hide, meat, and organs to its bones, has high value in the black market. Syndicated international poachers made their appearance, decimating almost all viable tiger populations in Indochina. Not done with that, they ventured into neighboring countries and eventually arrived in the Malaysian jungle landscape, killing everything they could trap, snare, or shoot. This killing must stop. In certain high tiger population areas, the loss was above 60%. Action must be taken to ensure the bleeding stops. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the most critical is to provide more boots on the ground to stop poaching. This challenge was picked up by the Royal Malaysian Police, who since 2019 committed 2 battalions of 1,000 men from the infamous all-indigenous ASCII Sonoy Perak unit that specializes in jungle trekking to do anti-poaching patrolling. A nationwide anti-poaching operations codenamed Khazanah Integrated Operation, led and coordinated by the Department of Wildlife and National Parks together with the Royal Malaysian Police, State Parks and Forestry Department, set the ball rolling and has now evolved into a more sophisticated operation with the setting up the Royal Police's Specialized Wildlife Crime Bureau and the Royal Customs stepping up surveillance at all entry and exit ports. The Federal Government of Malaysia also set up the National Tiger Task Force with a detailed Malay Tiger Recovery Plan, chaired by the Prime Minister. All these efforts show the level of commitment towards saving the iconic and critically endangered species. Still, there is so much to do, as recovering and repopulating the species is a complex endeavor. To ensure the survivability of the Malayan tiger, there is a need for a multi-pronged strategy. The key is to have a collaborative and collective effort by many government agencies, NGOs, the private sector, technical experts, research institutions, and international organizations. No one body has the capacity to undertake everything to save the tiger from the wild. It is with this background that the Al-Sultan Abdullah Royal Tiger Reserve in the state of Pahang was established. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this Pahang State Initiative is a much needed and timely commitment to save the Malayan tiger. To begin with is the locality of the reserve, which is strategically connected to the Greater Taman Negara National Park of Malaysia, an essential and critical tiger range landscape. The forest reserve is contiguous to the national park and will add a further 134,000 hectares of protected area to the Taman Negara Forest Complex, essential for tiger population. This increases the size of the protected areas by over 30%, making the forest complex over 500,000 hectares of protected areas, or to be exact, 5,685 square kilometers of critical tiger range and habitat in the country. The key elements of protection, habitat and prey for tiger will be managed accordingly to global standards in the reserve. International accreditation such as Conservation Assured Tiger Standards or CAT will be registered and adopted to ensure this. Habitat management and prey enrichment programs will be central to population recovery in the reserve. Other key areas that will be developed in the reserve include a research center and a few research facilities with the aim of collaborative partnerships with international technical and conservation partners. Rewilding, captive breeding and translocation facilities will also be developed in stages as, when required, supporting the Malaysian Department of Wildlife and National Parks Tiger Recovery Plan. This will include subject matter experts and organizations involved in tiger recovery and conservation efforts. All the facilities and activities in the reserve are aimed at assisting the National Tiger Recovery Plan in line with the Global Tiger Recovery Plan. As I have mentioned before, saving the Malayan tiger requires a collaborative effort, and this is Pahang's strong commitment to the more significant national and global tiger conservation efforts. To this end, I'm here not only to share the plight of the Malayan tiger and the work that is being done for tiger conservation, but also wish to invite all those present here to join us in this critical cooperation and collaboration towards saving the Malayan tiger from its imminent extinction. Your expertise and not least the important support for the sustainable financing of this critical work are very much welcome. This Sustainable Finance for Tiger Landscape Conference program is a much needed and overdue event for all. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely thank the organizers who, with great effort, have worked hard to ensure the support for the tiger conservation is brought forward to the intention of the financial, corporate and philanthropy audience for the work is not only exhaustive but also expensive. Without sustainable financing for tiger protection and recovery work, there will be no future not only for the Malayan tiger but also for the fate of all the tigers in the world today. I humbly ask the participants of this esteemed conference to take heed of the many presentations that will be given during this conference and step forward in committing the resolution at this end of this conference, not only for the survivability of the global tiger population, but equally crucial for the enrichment and betterment of our future generations. Before I end, I once again welcome and invite everyone here who is interested and has the expertise to collaborate in our new and exciting work in the Al-Sultan Abdullah Royal Tiger Reserve. One area that may be of interest could be research partnerships. I know that many studies and research have been undertaken over the decades, so let's use them together. Still, a systematic and specific area of data collation and analytics utilizing the latest technological tools such as big data, artificial intelligence, advanced storage, and supercomputing needs to be employed to optimize all this research data that has been amassed over the years, but not collated and cross-analyzed to deeply understand a tiger's total life cycle and ecological needs. Together with the tiger's relationship and to other species, both flora and fauna. Now is the time to do this, as technological tools have advanced to a level never before possible. Exciting and critical studies such as the co-benefit of tiger conservation to climate change and many more related studies will benefit the result and other tiger conservation efforts. I am sure that many more ideas on this area have been discussed and contemplated, but I sincerely ask for us to come together and make more things happen at a national level and also at an international level too. Again, back to this conference theme, sustaining a specialized reserve is protection and conservation, and executing tiger recovery work is an expensive endeavor. Innovative financial mechanisms for sustainable funding are another area where many experts in this field are present today and will play an essential role in aiding tiger conservation. This is one of the critical areas in which public-private partnerships come into play in the longer term, and it has to play effectively. Finally, as for the Royal Tiger Reserve, I welcome all individuals, foundations, academics, corporations, societies, NGOs, and governments to assist in any way they can contribute. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my speech, I would like to congratulate Their Majesties and the Government of Bhutan for demonstrating exemplary leadership and a strong commitment to environmental conservation and tiger protection. And I hope this conference's impact on the sustainable finance for tiger landscapes will have a positive benefits for all tiger nations. It is ultimately important for us to cooperate and unite together to bring back the golden days of the tigers. And from there, thank you very much.